You know I'm getting ready to have surgery, and I got to fly out in the morning.
Wow. Whenever we talk about the surgery thing, I always feel kind of emotional about it. I told you I don't like it.
It's not that I don't care about what Michael thinks. I thought marrying Michael would make my worries go away, but actually, they've gotten worse. He's gonna be 33, I'm gonna be 55. And my skin's gonna change, and I'm gonna start to look older than I am. And Michael's still gonna be as young as he looked the day I married him. So, if I'm not young, I can at least look the damn part, and it starts with my weight.
I like big things. I love you the way you are.
Well, we're still gonna have big things. We're still gonna have big boobs, and then I'm gonna get a big butt.
I've tried to convince you over and over, but I have never for once liked the surgery of a thing.
People who have lost their life getting this kind of surgery here in Nigeria, I feel she wants to risk it all. No, she just wants a quick result. So she had to go for the major surgeries.
Hey everyone, it's a dose of Dr. Drew.
And here we are with one of the stars of Happily Ever After and 90 Day Fiancé, Angela Deem. Angela, look at you, my dear. That was you before surgery. This is you now. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's been a journey, I tell you.
Well, I got a million questions, but let me gloat about the show first. Some reality shows are good, and this is a good one. 90 Day Fiancé brings up a lot of really interesting issues, and they explore them in interesting ways. They're not heavy-handed. I mean, I felt this way about Teen Mom too. I feel like that's a good show as well. But you can see either 90 Day Fiancé or Happily Ever After on Sunday nights. There's a first look on Friday nights, and there's a pillow talk that follows that. We watch all of it, and we've been a fan of Angela's, and I've been a fan of Michael's the whole way through the entire journey. And God love him. Is he okay with your transformation?
Hell no.
Well, I actually wrote down his quote. I like big things. I like big things. And that Michael just calls it like he sees it. So you're a little smaller version, but you're still yourself, right?
Oh yeah, I'm still me. I'm still me, Mom. I'm still, Michael's Angela baby. Y'all want me. But I just, at first, Dr. Drew, when the surgery, the recovery of it, you go through so much. You know what I mean? You don't realize it till you've went through it.
Yeah. So
at that moment,
I want to get into that a little bit. One of the things I want to point out is you were let's see. Well, it's a little striking backing here. You were not a victim so much as you were an example for me of how casual surgeons are about surgery. You know what I mean? They're like, you could die, you get a blood clot, you get infection, you could die, but you'll be fine. And then they really don't prepare you, for how brutal recovery is. We have on Teen Mom, we have a whole storyline around this season for Teen Mom too. And I thought it was really interesting that you suffered through that too. What did you think? Let's go back to where you first got out of surgery. What did you think? What were you going through your head?
the first thing I thought when I woke up was, where are my tits? I was like, oh my God. I mean, because that's, he took 2 pounds off because, he's the doctor and he knew they were going to be too big because of the weight loss. He knew what I was going to go through, So that was my first reaction out of anesthesia. And then the moving around, because I had 5 surgeries in one day and, under one anesthesia, and my body felt like a train had run over me. I was in a lot of pain, but I'm a tough old broad, but whew.
Yeah, they didn't really prepare you. I saw you, sitting, you had essentially a sleeve, right? A gastric sleeve. Wasn't that the procedure he did? Sir. Gastric sleeve. You had a breast reduction. And I was a little curious why they did all the skin surgeries before you lost the weight. I don't understand. What was that?
Well, they haven't did the skin surgeries yet.
Okay.
Dr. O'Bain, because I had a lot of fat back there on my back that
So he just did
with the weight
lipo.
gain.
He just did liposuction.
Yeah, and he needed to correct some of that.
Okay.
Because Dr. Bobain, he tries to be a perfectionist, and he is, I think.
Yeah.
But he wanted to start it so when there wouldn't be like, we were imagining lots of loose skin, lots. But I still got my muscles. Look.
Look at you. That's awesome. Watch out.
But I still got the skin. We haven't had that done yet. Dr. O'Bain suggests we wait. He wanted to do the lipo, so it wouldn't be so much back there, on me. And I trust him. I love Dr. O'Bain. They didn't go into a lot of details of the recovery. I guess because I'm in medical, maybe they thought, I would realize it. I had 2 C-sections, but this ain't nothing like C-sections.
Yeah.
I was out moving around in 3 days. I actually moved around after the next day. I started feeling better from what you say.
Good. And let's talk
because I'm tough. I'm tough.
I know that you're being tough is not not something that's at issue here. We've seen you in action, by the way. If you want to watch 90 Day Fiancé, you can go to Discovery Plus. I'm imagining you can see the whole season there at Discovery Plus, and you'll see Angela during 90 Day Fiancé and taking on an entire strip club in Nigeria, in fact. So, I mean, for what it's worth. But I'm curious we didn't really see what led up to the decision for the weight loss surgery. What was that like for you?
Well, the decision was because when we were filming over from before the 90 Days season 3 and then 90 Days and Happily After, we were filming back to back. Each time I was flying over there to see Michael, my knee kept swelling on the airplane, and I kept feeling like I was getting bigger, and everybody kept saying, no, you're the same, but I felt I couldn't hardly walk far. And I know people say it's cigarettes, but Dr. Drew, honestly, I know cigarettes are bad for me, but I know the difference when I've smoked too many cigarettes and I need to not smoke a couple hours. Then I know that there's something different wrong with my breathing. Like my boob was so heavy.
So what was happening?
I was gaining weight.
What was happening?
It like my boobs are big, and it was the right one would just lay right there on my 3 lobes.
So you were getting edema, and you were getting what we call transthoracic pressure, so you couldn't ventilate your lungs, right? Right.
Yes, sir. And people don't know, imagine what it is. I'd go to Walmart with my grandkids or just go to the park and during COVID you couldn't go too many places, but we had to go to Walmart. I had to take my kids, and I could not even walk. Like I could walk, but I'd be like this. And now, as you can see, I haven't run out of breath yet.
Yes, no, I know that about you. But, I have to interpret what patients tell me all the time. And I just want to raise a point that Angela also just told us in a covert way that she has not given up cigarettes. So I will urge you to please take care of that issue. Get nicotine gum, nicotine patches, nicotine lozenges.
Now.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure Dr. Kashani and Dr. O'Bain's watching. And
all I know is because I work with that. I've worked for 30 years with addicts and alcoholics. I had to learn to be psychic. What was your psychic's name? Gail? Was that her name? Psychic Gail or something?
Mine's Psychic Tracy.
Psychic Tracy, whom you consulted before you went in for surgery. Was her advice correct? Yeah, it was. Yeah. She,
she's really good. I'm telling you, she's amazing because, there's a lot out there, but I've always been spiritual and like, I think I got voodoo on me from Nigeria still. And, Psychic Tracy, she has said some amazing things that nobody knew but me. I can tell you a little incident real quick. One day, this red bird kept hitting at my window here. And I said, God, that red bird's getting on my nerves, And I promise you, the next day she called and she said, Angela, have you seen the red bird at your window? That's your mother.
Wow, crazy. Well, you're
nobody.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Nobody, Dr. Drew. Nobody.
Your new best friend Susan is also my wife and producer is also very involved in that world. So.
Yeah, I work with a lot of psychics. I know.
I would love to let you meet Psychic Tracy.
Waiting to do a show with you.
So anyway, I know that. So, but I actually, because I've had to be in these situations with patients where I have to read minds, I got pretty good at it. And so I know what people are telling me, even when they're not telling me. I'm not saying I'm not psychic. I'm not saying that.
Well,
I
usually
know
your
what you're
patients will
saying.
go, "I quit smoking, Dr. Drew," and she didn't say that. So
No, that even when they say that, sometimes I know they're lying. So whatever. It's
Well, I've slowed down because I know if I want any more surgeries, I definitely have to quit the week before and several weeks after, or they're not going to mess with me because they don't want me to put them at risk, with my life. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's right.
So I respect them
And-
highly. Doc, go ahead.
And what I will tell you is you are in this sort of pre-contemplative, contemplative phase where you're cutting down and you're intending to do it and you're gonna do it and maybe soon and mild. Again, that's why I was saying, urge you to get the nicotine replacement, the gum and the lozenges and all that stuff. Start using that when you have an urge to smoke.
how about
or even,
vaping?
Even vaping, if you can get across cigarettes with vaping. But
I've tried vaping.
Yeah.
My daughter vapes, and I cough my lungs out.
Yeah, and I also don't. That doesn't get to the. We want to clear your lungs up, and you want to be a good role model for your grandchildren and stuff. So, you know what I mean.
Speaking of grandchildren, the other day I hadn't smoked all day, and it was like afternoon time, and we stopped at the store, and she says, "Where are you going, Marley?" The oldest one, the 10-year-old, the first morning. I said, "I'm getting a pack of cigarettes." No, she threw a fit, like she's getting to that age where now she's talking back to me.
Is she there right now?
She's in the room. I can call her out.
Should you bring her out in here right now so I can congratulate her and thank her?
I will.
Oh, bye, Angela.
All right, I'm going to show everybody a before and after.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, look at her.
So there are sort of three phases of Angela there, right? Then the one on the right, upper right, the blue is the latest.
Yeah, the one on the right is the after, and the one on the left is the before. So she's really transformed herself.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Fantastic.
interesting.
It is interesting. I want to talk to more about the weight loss surgery. It's controversial, but man, it works.
Okay. So
There you are.
Let me move
okay, what are the names,
let me
everybody?
move this
Introduce everyone.
sign out of the way so you guys.
This is Marley.
It's all good.
This is Marley. She's 10. This is London. She's 8.
Oh.
This is the one that told on me that I said I was gaining weight for unknown reasons, and she's to the side said, "Meemaw says she's gaining weight for unknown reasons, but it's because she eats a lot of sweets."
Well, I want to thank London and Marley for looking after your grandmother.
Saving your life.
Yeah, saving her life, and she's doing great. We love seeing her thrive. And the one thing I will say, so I'm going to say it in front of your grandkids so they know to look out for this. If you don't stop smoking, you'll kick back up again. That's the problem with this sort of chipping phase you're in. If you don't really get it on and get rid of it, it's going to go back up the way it was. That's just kind of how it works. So keep an eye on her, ladies, okay?
You want to tell them what you did to me the other day when I went to buy a pack of cigarettes? She's shy.
It's all good.
Tell her to get the
She
gum.
she got mad. You lied to me. You said he's gonna quit. I said, "Oh hush, I am quitting."
She can use
She
the
wouldn't
nicotine.
speak to me for an hour.
Get her the nicotine gum or the lozenges, something else with nicotine in it that she can use. You get her that. It's behind the counter in the pharmacies. You go, Grandma.
We'll
Mima,
try. We never did the gum.
Try a little hydrolyte with it too.
Yeah.
What's that?
Hydrolyte is a drink that our friend Bob Forrest uses the nicotine gum all day long, and he says the hydrolyte really helps him.
Nicotine will dehydrate you a little bit, and so this is a hydrating product you take with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm going up from the table. That's why I'm dehydrated a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nicotine.
Yeah.
And I ain't got but a little stomach, and I'll be wanting to just take a big gulp of my Gatorade or whatever. I'm trying not to drink Cokes, and I can't. I want to just suck it down. I can't.
So talk about that. How has the experience been since the weight loss surgery? How has it helped you? Because I know you were really trying to lose weight. You tried a lot of different things. It didn't work. And how is it different now that you've had the surgery?
Well, because you have no choice. You have no choice. Like, they tell you the guidelines that you cannot, you have to be on a liquid diet for several months. And that's true because I don't know if it's mentally, but I was scared to eat something and it get hung on my stitches inside because I had 2 hernias.
Right.
So I was scared on top of, just wanting to follow the guidelines. I did do the guidelines when it comes. I had 2 of them they found. Dr. Kashani did. Thank God.
Did they repair them?
Yes, Dr. Kashani
That's
repaired
what
them.
hurts. That hurts more than just the skin and the.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Kashani is fantastic. Both of my doctors, I mean, I love them both. Dr. Kashani checks up on me all the time.
so
Dr.
he's a real
Urbain
medical
does.
doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I just thought it
like-
was an interesting, from a medical standpoint, your journey's been very well. It's been interesting on many levels, right? So you have the interpersonal issues where you're, bye ladies, nice to meet you, where you're being transformed, right? And your body is changing, and Michael doesn't get to pull on you the way he likes to, using your words.
I don't know what comes out my mouth sometimes,
Well,
Dr. Drew.
Don't worry, we all enjoy it.
Drew can relate.
And yet the transformation was important from a medical standpoint because you were having bona fide, really what's getting on the road to really life-threatening cardiopulmonary complications of your weight.
I believe that because, I've been in medical all my life, whether it's CNA, EMT. I've always loved medical. I've been to nursing school and I had to drop out for a certain reason. But I know this stuff, you know what I mean? And I know my body was telling me, I felt like you could pop me with a pin, but everybody around me, no, you're fine. But I knew, Dr. Drew, I felt, I've said this a lot and I meant it, that if I didn't get something done, I was going to die.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Yeah. Well, I think you're
And then
right.
the scale showed you. I'd never been over 240 ever, and I toted 240 well and I could breathe and all, but when I weighed, it was 273. I said, oh my God, this is why I can't hardly go. I had no energy. I had nothing.
Can you tell us how much you're weighing now? No. Okay. You don't have to. It's an unfair question, but you've lost a lot of weight and it looks great. And congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Has there been any issues with it? Has there been any complications or concerns? And let me ask you this. This is kind of a weird question, but let me frame it. A lot of my patients that had more severe gastric surgeries, like the gastrectomies and the Roux-en-Ys and all that stuff, alcohol became a serious problem for them very quickly. Have you noticed anything with alcohol when you use alcohol?
No.
Nothing.
I went to a party after I went to a visit, a doctor's visit. I went to a party and I hadn't drank, not even a beer or nothing in like 9 months. And I got there and I was all nervous and I was headed, after meeting everybody, headed straight to the bar. And Skylar was with me and she's like, what are you doing? You just had that surgery.
Right.
I said, I'm anxiety, and I drank vodka and lemonade, and boy, did I have a good time.
So it hits you kind of hard. That's the point, because the transit time through your stomach is much quicker, and it gets to your small bowel, and the alcohol is really absorbed quickly, and that goes right to your head. And I know you don't have this problem, but people that have the problem with alcohol, it activates the whole thing. It can be, and it's another thing they don't warn patients about sometimes. But let me,
I'm not a heavy drinker. I do when I go out. I'm not kind of sit home and drink. That's never been me.
I know you're not. Look,
when I was clubbing, I'd have me a good old time, But, now that you said that, I realized I probably drank 4 drinks, But to me, I was, like you said, it went through my head. But I'm high tolerance anyway.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
So speaking of Skyla, did she ever explain why she didn't answer when you're trying to contact her before the surgery?
She's at work. Seriously, I'm on a table, getting ready to go on a table, and I'm getting nervous now because you go through the phases, like you're excited and you're ready to get it done, and then when you get there, it starts hitting you. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm getting ready to go to surgery. You don't think about all that. You just want to do it. When you get there, reality hits you like, oh shit.
Right.
I'm getting ready to have all this done. I ain't spoke to my grandkids. I ain't spoke to my daughter, and I was like, really upset, as you've seen in the car, like I was bitten to JoJo, my sissy, and thank God for JoJo being there. But honest to God, I must say, wasn't for JoJo for the few days that she was there. I don't know, I do, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but she had to leave early, and I couldn't even take a shower. I couldn't even because I was lipo too, so with my boob. I couldn't get off the bed and go pee,
Yeah.
And I have the best producer, God bless him.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
He
God.
had to
No,
literally pick me off the bed.
Oh.
yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The reality show producers, if this show keeps going, I'll predict this is what usually happens. The producers end up slowly showing up on camera because
Like Teen Mom?
yeah, because they develop a really tight relationship with you. You know, you see them a lot and in extreme circumstances, and they start becoming part of the story.
Or family.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, or family, like you said, with, you know, like I've been on it 3 years, and I'm blessed. All the producers have been good to me. I can say TLC, and I honestly say it from my heart, Sharp Entertainment, because sometimes I can get out of hand. I don't think
What?
you know that, but
What?
Not you.
I've never seen
they
that. Oh, wait a
really
minute.
don't
I
treat
saw
me
it.
good, and
saw it a couple times in Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but you know, I got a good heart, Dr. Drew. And at first, you know, I'm the kind of person people don't know is I'll bitch and raise hell, and I'm going to do it anyway. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'll say I ain't doing it, and then I'll fly there. You know what I mean, or something like that. You know, but I met Sharp Entertainment and TLC has been very good, even though I have my little traits sometimes. But after I respect people highly until I feel like I'm not being respected, and then I throw a tantrum, and then I could be just in a mood thinking they wasn't doing this, and it'd really be my fault. So I admit when I'm wrong, but I love TLC and Sharp. Honestly, I'm not saying that to boost nobody up, but personally for me, I love them.
Do you have?
They
I'm wondering.
good.
You must see some of the happily ever after cast at reunions and things. Which, by the way, should God bless Sean, she does a great job. But should anything ever befall her, TLC, I'm available for that job.
I know. You told me
but
last
I don't
time,
want-
and
But I don't want.
you never know, Dr. Drew.
I'm just
You
saying.
never know.
But do you
I
have?
might need you to make a visit to my house and help me with them cigarettes. Or
Boy, you keep talking to Susan. Your friend will fly me down there. Don't worry. Susan will be.
okay,
She's in
that's a
Georgia.
deal.
I love Georgia.
Yeah. How far are you from Atlanta?
4 hours.
4 hours. Do you have a relationship with other cast members?
You know, I don't. I love everybody except the ones that give me problems. Like there's a handful of them, maybe just one hand side. But you know, I really like everybody. But when they cross me or they come at me or something, you know, I've always been defensive. But I do have a relationship with Tom Brooks, friend relationship, and Darcy, and Tom's mom, and who else? Tiffany.
So your first season.
It's kind of like a little bit, yeah. Because you know, I tell them all that I would love to visit them and do other, but I got so much on my plate with these grandkids. Like,
Yeah.
I love reaching out once in a while, but far as the only one that I can really deal with like on an everyday basis is my sissy JoJo, because you know she is like family. But the cast members that Darcy and them, they're great. I love them to death. If they ever need me, I'm there. But when you have 6 grandkids, you can't just be on the phone. Like Michael used to get so aggravated at me because I'd be talking to him and then I'd be, do this. So he just said, just put me there and I'll watch you run the house. And that's what he did. You know, he would sit there and watch me from cooking to getting on the kids, hauling out there, get the dog out. I mean, I don't have time to do nothing, honest to gosh. You know,
I
don't.
When I was asking that question, I was sort of thinking about David and Annie from Pillow Talk, who sort of.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I do have a relationship with them.
Yeah, because they sort of seem like the godparents of the whole thing, and I figure
Whole show.
Yeah,
yes.
I imagine
See,
that
he
they.
is
And then
big
Paul
fan.
calls me a lot, Dr. Drew.
Who does? Who calls you a lot?
Paul.
Paul.
And Carini.
Mhm.
Carini don't call me, but Paul does. He's a good guy. People don't see it, but he's really a good guy. When he's called me at 3 a.m, you know, being upset, and I'll get up and answer it and talk to him. You know, if I can help, just listen. That's sometimes really what people need, is someone to listen. So.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
That's true.
So I want to go back to the plastic procedures. Now, sometimes when people get going down the path of plastic surgery, it's a path. Like then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that. And do you feel like you're heading down the road a bit?
No, I don't. But I you know, I do know that. I don't know when or whatever, but you know, I do have to get a skin tightening. We all know that, because I'm not going to walk around with jiggles, you know.
Mhm.
And you know, I've been I've always thought about a facelift, but I don't have time right now to think about nothing like that. But I don't want to go. I want to go drastic in certain areas, like the weight loss, and maybe one day do my face. But I don't want to do the more and more and more. I just want to get to that one level and go to another thing. You know what I mean? Like I want my sexy body back.
You got it.
Skin is so much easier though than it's not going to hurt as much, the skin part.
As lipo?
Yeah, lipo doesn't hurt that much, but I mean it hurts a bit, but I've had it. But the skin part's a lot easier, Angela. You don't need a facelift though. Your face.
I know. That's what I was just thinking. You do not need a facelift.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you
I
that.
haven't decided yet. So, I mean, I have lots of time to decide that,
Yeah,
I'm still doing this. But
working out helps a lot. It helps tighten your skin too.
I'm not trying to work. I tell you, these kids drive me crazy.
Yeah, that's like a workout too, running after the kids, definitely.
And then they talked me into getting cats, and the cats have grown up, and now they're done playing with them, and I had to change the litter box, and I got my Rottweiler that's chewing my walls. I ain't lived in this house but a year, chewing my walls. I've got the yuck spray, and then I have, Marley, 10 years old, that's starting. I believe she's starting puberty. She's starting to grow a little breast now. She's getting a little attitude and all that. And I said, oh God, oh my God, it's too early. It's too early.
Oh my God,
Marley, that's my firstborn.
Susan was just say what you were about to say, and then I will
have a spinoff. I think.
I guarantee you that's already. I guarantee you that's already in the works. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I have no idea. I know when you know.
My producer head knows what he's looking at. So yeah, I know. It's Discovery Plus too. They need a lot of content. So here we go.
They have a lot of content already.
I'm just saying the platforms are going to need a lot of content.
Thank you guys. I love y'all so much. Y'all know how to make I got a shirt the other day. I ordered it. It says, I'm not old, I'm a classic.
Sorry.
Wait, what did it say, Angela? Susan.
It said, I'm not old, I'm a classic.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about next, was a lot of the anxiety, it seemed like, and one of the sources of motivation for the surgeries was not just the medical side. It was this anxiety about the age differential between you and Michael.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Talk to me a little more about that.
Michael never not once made me feel 52, because in Michael's mind, he thinks I'm his age because I got a young heart, and I don't act my age, I guess, at certain points. I know when to be grown up and when not, but I just know he doesn't realize I'm getting older and he is younger. He hasn't been to America. He doesn't know there are beautiful women over here, lots of young, beautiful women. And I'm not saying I can be young, but I can help better my looks for my husband as well.
You have had, though, a lot of anxiety about Michael straying across the storyline. You've been worried about that, and it's fun.
Oh, sorry.
Stop it, Susan. Susan's really nervous dealing with you, Angela.
I'm really nervous. No, I didn't mean to do that.
Give me the straight on camera back. Give me my camera back.
Okay, we'll get serious. Sorry. I was trying to get a picture of Michael up, and that popped up.
You're making her nervous, Angela. Stop it.
I'm so starstruck.
That's really funny. So now you interrupted my stream of thought.
Michael,
since COVID, you know how that my brain gets off.
She was worried about him straying.
And you that was part of the storyline, right? Or early on. And I understand. It's okay. And you guys are distancing, and it's all these things make you nervous, and I understand.
And I do have anxieties about it, not just about that, anything. I'm just high strung, naturally high strung. So, and my mind works every way. So normal people's mind, they think this way. I think all kind of ways, like all what ifs, all different directions. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's a negative thing, and I'm trying to get away from that. But of course, I was thinking Michael would stray because, for one, our age. For two, I can't have a baby. Somebody else can produce a baby. All the things.
And you told me the last time I talked to you that the fact that there were cameras around him made people think he was some sort of movie star or something, which I thought was really hysterical. That's really funny.
Oh, yeah. And it went to his head the first season, too. Like,
Ricky's here.
Big time.
Who's here?
And
Ricky
here
from
I am.
90
I'm
Day
like, what
Fiancé.
the hell? You know, we're not damn movie stars. We're damn on a show.
You're reality
I'm
stars.
Meatball and you're Michael.
So see Ricky. He said hi. It's Ricky from 90 Day Fiancé.
Ricky
Wanna say-
Reyes is here from
Hi,
the,
Ricky Ray. I
Yeah.
said, yeah, I'm so glad you joined us. Thank you, Ricky.
and he's on the chat here saying how great you look.
Oh, thank you, Ricky. Thank you.
So
That's awesome.
So again, I'm trying to sort of stay in the medical sort of zone with you, you know, so we're not fanning out too much here. As nervous as Susan is.
You're so serious, Drew.
Well, there's a lot to get into here, you know,
I know.
because
you've got 8 minutes.
well, I know, but because plastic surgery is controversial, people have lots of feelings about it. People have lots of feelings about body image issues and when you lose weight and when you don't, and who, you know, how to accept people for who they are. But I think in your case, it's pretty apparent that there was a medical indication. There was a
Right.
medically important procedure. Now, let me ask this: is there any plan to take down the gastric sleeve, or is it permanent?
No, I want to leave. I like it.
You like it? Yeah.
It's a very helpful tool. People don't understand. You can gain the weight back.
Yeah.
You have to do. I can remember my coordinator. I just love her to death, Natasha. She's very firm and strong and willed. And she's like, listen, this sleep can only do so much.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just blunt. She's like, you have to do a lifestyle change. for
Tell
it
me
to
about
stay
that.
working.
That's what I wanted to get into next. What have you done? How's your diet? What's going on?
When I first started back eating, of course, I ran to Subway and got some meatballs, right? No
Mhm.
bread or nothing. And I threw up.
Oh wow.
Like, it was just, when you come out of your 2 months of recovery and you can start gradually tasting food and doing your routine, you don't realize your hamburger doesn't taste the same. A bite of chicken doesn't taste the same. It's just the grease. You can taste every bit of
Mhm.
what you shouldn't like about the hamburger. Like, now I can eat 2 bites, 3 bites of a hamburger. Once in a while I'll do a hamburger, but my style has changed because I hear Natasha dead in my ear every time. If I sneak M&Ms or something, I feel guilty, and then I go back, I do my salads. I hated salads. Now I do chicken, you know, the baked chicken or the boiled chicken on my salads. And I do my fruit. I put natural fruit on it.
Good for
And
you.
but the thing I do the most, Dr. Drew, my kids get on me, my grandkids get on me, is if I go to make a salad, I make it this big. It's something stuffed there.
Yeah.
I make it this big, and I can't eat but about 4 bites.
Well, good. I mean, that's good that you have the tool, as you say, to keep you from ingesting the entire thing. But
Yeah,
I'm going
it's
to predict.
hard work, but if you got to want it, and
Yeah.
you know, God forbid I gain the weight back, but I really am trying to do the right thing, because Natasha, she, you know, I'm not going to waste her time.
Is
And then that's just
Natasha
how
the
she
one?
is.
Is she the one we see on the show? The assistant?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's tough.
Yeah,
but,
she looked
but
tough.
Look at her body. She's, oh God, she's gorgeous.
Okay.
Like,
So
she really works hard. She hikes and all that. I don't know how she does it.
I'm going to predict, just based on the momentum you have, that you're going to be doing more exercise. As things build, they're going to build on themselves. You know what I mean? You're going to want to do more as you do more and feel better. And the cigarettes will go. They will go.
It's
They will
funny
go.
you said that, because I just said to Skylar the other day, it just hit me in my head. I was like, Skylar, I wish you could get off work early, because I think I want to go to the gym and just do the walking thing.
Yep. Do it. Go
And
do
I
it.
can't believe you just said
you
it. You
do it.
are psychic, Dr. Drew.
But Angela, I want you to make a verbal commitment to me, a contract. I will do that. I will go and start with the treadmill. And trust me, as you feel better doing that, you'll want to do even more. And that's where the cigarettes will go. That will be it.
I believe that. I'm going to really, I really want to do that. I've checked at a place here in Hazlehurst, and
Good.
I just haven't done it yet, because I'm trying to get the kids that, you know, summer school. They got a couple, because we know I schooled all of them.
Skylar's
And,
Skylar's not around right now, right?
She works.
Yeah, so she's out. So we got to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
her
she's out.
cooperation in this. She's either got to go with you, or she has to something. You need her. We need to enlist her to make this a reality. So,
Well, you know, Skylar's put on some weight. I hope she's not watching.
well, then she should exercise with you. She should go with you. We should do something here. So, all
I
right.
told her she's very uncomfortable with her. Skylar has a Beyonce body shape, and she's put on some. She still looks good, but you know, of course, She has. And I was telling her the balloon would be good for her because they can take it out.
Well, she'll be okay.
Listen, yeah, don't jump to that. Let her do diet. Let her, start being a good role
She's
model
not
for her.
on a diet.
Well, we'll
She's
see.
not.
Well,
I remember one time, Dr. Drew, I got groceries out of the car. She was like 15. She's always been a sweet tooth eater like me.
yeah.
And we were tucking groceries in, and she seen donuts. She dropped the bags and just started eating the donuts.
Yeah.
That's how addicted she is
I think carbohydrates are the enemy, and I think she
They are.
needs to adopt that attitude because they really, for some people, they are really the enemy, and it's much like the nicotine, the cigarettes, the tobacco, the carbohydrates. I think fats are a distant issue.
I'm so scared since you mentioned them cigarettes because Natasha's going to call me after here. and say,
Good. She
"What
should
do
call you up.
mean
But I
you're
also,
still smoking."
but I also gave you a road out that you're
You did,
gonna.
and I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
the store when I get up, and I'm gonna go get me some nicotine and try those.
And you're going to get on the treadmill, and you're going to
Drew's now
start
your
exercising.
official virtual doctor.
You're going to keep this momentum going forward. It builds on itself. Understand, it builds. The
I used to
diet
work
builds.
out all the time.
Yes, you do,
Keep
and
it
you
up.
have to start that ball rolling.
Well, now
because
you'll feel better.
the
so
better
you'll
you
want to.
feel, the better you'll want to feel. This is how it goes.
Yeah.
And then
Listen, if you don't mind me saying, Dr. Drew's got a hot body
He
at his
does.
age. And you
He
work
works out
out.
every
you told me
day.
that, right, Susan?
He works every day,
I'm
Yeah.
I'm a nut about that stuff.
and he's great in bed too.
So
Oh,
so all right. So all right.
Wait a minute.
All
So
right.
we have
It's time for her to go.
all right.
I need like that.
So Angela, we have 2 minutes with you. I want to give Susan last questions because
Oh,
clearly she's
I'm
very
not ready.
psyched about
I'm not
all this.
ready. Gosh, how is Michael?
You have to watch the show.
Is he okay? Nobody knows.
Just assuming we have
I
great
mean, just
affection. It's hard
is he
not to have great affection for Michael.
Is he
it's really
alive?
hard.
Well, he's still my husband.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Do we have problems? You have to watch the show.
Yeah.
You know,
But I
when you
mean,
get
how is he?
married,
Is he healthy? Is he?
He's in good
Sane,
shape. He's
is
okay.
he-
Michael's going to need a balloon.
Oh, he's gaining some weight. That's hysterical.
Well, as long as he's okay. I just want to make sure he's okay.
No,
My glasses.
he's fine. He's put on some weight, but yeah, he's got That's
Okay,
about
I
it,
know you
yeah.
can't tell us, but
All
I
right,
just want to make
just know that we all have great
just-
affection for
just-
Michael as well, and
just to
so
manifest
know.
love.
we
for
wish him the
Michael.
best. We want him to do well, and we're developing a relationship with you. And by the way, give Annie and David my number. I'd love to talk to them about their
I sure will.
Yeah,
And hey, who knows? Maybe you can do a live with Michael.
I would like that. I
we
would
would
like
we
that
would
a
like
lot.
that very much because the one here I set a timer for when to let you go, so I'm going to let you go.
'Cause
but
we know you
but let me
have
just
to.
say this last
Oh,
thing,
darn.
which is
You
that
tired
one.
of me?
You'll have to come back.
I will just say, yeah, you come back anytime. But the one thing, the other thing I really like about the show is the cultural exploration. These are massive cultural shifts and changes and points of view, and it's not explored explicitly, but it's there in the background all the time, and it's so fascinating to me. Whether it's the Russian, Ukrainian coming to this country, or you going to Nigeria, it's just so fascinating. And so,
is.
thank you to Michael for letting us see that, and thank you to Angela for letting us take a peek at your
thank
life
you.
and your journey. And
God bless you.
And we will talk to you, Susan and I.
And you have your.
I love
We'll
you,
get you a
Susan.
psychic
Dr.
reading
Drew,
too.
Thank you.
Okay.
We love
Ma'am.
you. We love you. We
I
love
you more.
TLC.
Hey, I'm going to show up on your doorstep one day.
Yes,
It's cool with
anytime.
us. We got room.
You got it.
All right, Angela.
That's a deal.
That's a deal.
All right. Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you so much, and I love you, and I appreciate y'all letting me do this.
Thank you.
Anytime.
And TLC is only let
Thank
us do
you.
it again if you get out of here now, because we
We're gonna
promised
start a
them
new show.
240. So,
I know.
Bye, everyone. Thank y'all for joining.
all right.
God
Remember,
bless.
follow Dr. Drew. We love you, and Susan.
So the way, bye. So the way they do this is they do a 90-day fiancé, then they do a happily ever after, and what you're seeing up here on the screen now is the happily ever after crowd, of which Angela's right now a part of. You can see it on Sunday nights, also a first look on Friday nights. And Discovery Plus, you can see everything there. The whole thing is on the platform of Discovery Health,
She's so
Discovery
cute.
Plus, if you get
Oh,
that.
I just love her.
I know you do. I know, and we all like
And
her a
also,
lot.
I have a little clip here for so everybody can get the whole
All right, and then when we come back, I'm going to help
We'll
you guys.
work on the
We're going to
restream.
talk on the restream. So let's see this little clip first.
After spending a short time with Julia, I knew that we had to be together. So we applied for the K-1 Fiancé visa, and Julia came to America.
ready or not, like 90 days is still a short time for us to get married.
And now I have a baby and you're stuck with me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Will you take this woman to be your wife? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Makes me very proud to pronounce you husband and wife. You two may seal your promises with a kiss.
I knew that once the 90 days ended, life would be more of a challenge. It's a mountain.
You're a philosopher now.
We're here.
We're all going to go to Maryland and hoping that we can put all our personal differences behind.
Andre! Andre! The is wrong with him?
You want to talk
Despite
over it,
being
too?
separated in distance, pop your penis. Michael and I's sex life don't lack nothing. My clitoris is on fire.
What was that movie that we stayed up all night watching? I mean, like, if you want, I go home and you sit, like, together and talking.
Julia just hates any other woman in my life.
Staying is your normal. I'm normal.
I need a tracker on my husband's phone.
Okay.
Michael's
How
been
long is this?
acting shady.
She always think I'm lying.
You be running around chasing all those big booty Nigeria girls.
Know your place.
These women here, maybe they're little bitches, right? That need to go to the kitchen and
And you
cook
are
when
what?
you say, I'm not.
I literally flew to the other side of the world to be with my husband here. For what?
Beast the out of here. Here's your luggage. Go.
Why your mom called me hooker?
No one called you hooker.
I'm not gonna treat it this way.
You're acting like a child right now. What's going on?
Let her just leave. Hey, Natalie.
Ridiculous.
Send her back to Ukraine.
I don't want to have another baby.
I want divorce now. We are trying to help you.
She doesn't want a baby. She doesn't want a baby. She doesn't want a baby.
Hey, no!
Would it be the Santa Claus hat?
No, we don't like you anymore.
Why the is everybody dogging on my husband? That's what I want to know.
You hold on are two-faced.
Hold on a second.
Put your hand in my face.
Oh, that's more to look forward to. If you want to follow up on the show, it's on Sunday nights. TLC, everybody. Susan can't hear you.
It's a great show.
It is.
It's so funny when we got back from the wedding last weekend, the whole family was here and we got some burgers or something. And then we were like, it's 90 Day Fiancé House. And everybody jumped on the couch and watched it together.
And it's Tom
And they're all
Segura.
30-year-olds.
Tom Segura's got us involved in this, Tom. I'll never forgive you. But so anyway, it's fun. It's interesting. It's a different kind of, it's reality programming done properly, I think. And it's an interesting exploration. Yes, Tom Segura, we went to a wedding. Let's see what else you guys are up to here on the restream.
We danced.
We've had
kissed, we schmizzed.
Yeah, we danced, we kissed, we schmoozed, we Karen, we went home happy. What do you say? We've had Susan a particularly strong recommendation for Simone Gold. I don't know how you guys feel about it. She's a Stanford-trained physician, intensivist, and attorney, and she, much like Dr. Sapphire, who we talked to yesterday, has some strong opinions about what we've all just went through. So put that on your in your cigar, Susan, your pipe, so we can get
I
her
wasn't
going.
listening. What?
Simone Gold.
You have to email it to me. I'm not going to.
Okay, we'll do. Any questions you guys have on the restream? I'm here focusing on you guys right now. We are happy to answer your questions. I've got a few more minutes.
They're talking about Schwartz.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Schwartz's. Schwartz.
May the
It means
Schwartz.
black in German, apparently. Somebody said. It's a Yiddish word, but it's not a good word to call somebody.
So, okay, let's keep going here.
Yeah, they're just sort of cruising
Yes,
in
Chris
there.
says,
but
please get Dr. Gold.
Monica
Okay.
Reed.
Yes, Tom Segura, that was a Spaceballs reference. Thank you for that. That's what that was. It was from the movie Spaceballs.
It was.
Yes.
It was.
Okay, hold on. I'm reading your guys.
I like that what you guys are talking about. It's pretty funny. It's like, I digress here. So, yeah. So anyways, thanks for watching, Angela. It's quite the change of pace here, but we love the show and we wanted to share.
Also, we are open to other suggestions. You know, I like the suggestion of Simone Gold and some of the other guests possibly we'll bring in here.
Sure.
Here's
well, tomorrow we're gonna have an Ask Dr. Drew, and that'll be with the Clubhouse calls. So you guys can call in and you can ask questions, and it'll just be you and Drew.
Anna Boyle failed her driving test today. Sorry, Anna. Here's my tip: calm down. Don't be so nervous, and just go back and do it again. Don't even worry about it.
My
Just
daughter
get it done.
failed too the first time.
It's very discouraging. It sort of feels like almost like a personal sort of
I think
like
it was karma though.
Yeah, well,
Because we were sitting
not
in
in
the car.
Anna Boyle's case.
I don't know how old you are, but my daughter we were sitting and waiting for the instructor to come out and to test her, and she said, I can't wait to go home and drop you off. And I went, oh God, this is not going to go well today. I said, this is not a good thing to tell your mother right before you take a driving test. I think it's karma.
And she was right.
She
Flipping
didn't
Birdies,
pass.
what is the best homeless shelter that offers a hand up instead of a hand out? Most of the really good ones are either treatment centers, like a residential treatment center for addiction and psychiatric problems, or some of the faith-based programs like the Los Angeles Mission, Los Angeles Union Rescue Mission. There are a few of them, and they have great results. The problem is they're not allowed to form coalitions with the government because they are faith-based, therefore can't have access to any government funds or government resources, which is insane. Do we want to solve this problem or not? It's just crazy. So anyway, let's see. I'm trying to read your guys. They're moving by kind of quickly here. And again, I'm getting very frustrated by all this business about wraparound services. That is a euphemism, and that's not a real term. Wraparound services means exactly nothing. And let's call it what it is, which is psychiatric teams headed by a physician with a psychologist and a social worker and mental health workers and social workers. That is psychiatric services that can render wraparound services, but these are psychiatric teams rendering psychiatric care to psychiatric patients. And that's what does the best for people that have deteriorated to the point that they end up on the streets. Susan, they want to hear from you a little more.
So if anybody wants to call in Clubhouse tomorrow for Ask Dr. Drew, send me an email to contact@drdrew.com and give me your cell number because that's the only way I can do it, and I'll invite you.
Okay. Teams are groovy, right,
Also, Monica, what did Monica say? I'm taking health coaching certification exam tomorrow.
Yes, she is. Congratulations.
Good vibes.
Good vibes going Monica's way. She's been on her 3-month journey,
yeah,
which we've been watching and applauding.
I wonder if anybody would have gastric bypass after seeing the transformation.
It's an interesting and controversial topic, whether you get obesity surgeries or not. It is, for some people, life-saving, and for other people, they're not happy with it. In Angela's case, it clearly had a beneficial effect, and that's why people keep doing them, because in many cases, like many things in medicine, one of our biggest problems is knowing what the right treatment is for the right patient, right? This is one of the big controversies in transgender treatment. Who is the kid that needs it before age 13? Who is the kids that need wait on treatment? Who needs therapy? Who does need therapy? These are really difficult questions. And when you get the right diagnostic construct, you can pair it with the right treatment. And of course, then you get the best outcomes. But gastric surgeries are one of those things where it's a little bit of a mixed bag.
I also find that men get really sort of threatened by a woman getting plastic surgery to look better. So, for example, like, I had a hernia operation and I had to get a tummy tuck after my triplets, and you got very defensive about it. Yeah.
What?
And you always say that when women get
breast implants.
New breast implants.
That's the
usually
only
means
one.
They want a divorce.
That's the only one.
No, but you got a little. You weren't.
What are you talking about? This is a false memory. I'm telling you for sure.
Well, that's how it felt. It felt like you weren't as supportive.
Well, that's a
as
false
I
memory.
wanted it to be.
That's a false memory. Now, maybe I wasn't as good a caretaker as I should have been because I was pulled in 20 directions at once,
you also
and I
didn't
apologize.
realize how much it was going to hurt. But it's very. It's just good to really support somebody that's going through the process, because it may not seem good to you, but if it means a lot to the person who's doing it, and it works out, you know, that person's going to be.
What goes on in that head of yours?
No, I'm just talking from my perspective.
No, I
Don't
get
be
that
defensive. See, now you're getting defensive.
No, I get that I failed in terms of giving you as much help as you needed. I get that, and that was the phase in life I was in
but
at the
what
time.
what he did was, I just don't feel good about you doing the surgery.
I've
and you
always
could
felt
die.
good about the fact that you did that. I thought that was the right thing to do. Plus, you had multiple hernias that need to be repaired. I mean, it would have been crazy not to do that.
Well, before that, though, we didn't know about the hernias.
Susan, I knew about it. I know you didn't quite understand what was going on, but I knew that was not a normal pregnancy. It was a triplet pregnancy, and it tore your abdominal wall apart. It needed to be repaired, and I'm so glad you got that done.
I know, me too. I'm really happy I did it.
Yeah.
But I also have seen other people who are going through this that, you know, their significant other is like against it. You know, it's like, you want to do what? You look perfect the way you are. You don't need it. You could die.
Well, I will tell you the one. This is something I've observed repeatedly with the vaginal reconstruction surgeries. The male partners almost never
don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit, and the female partner.
Good, because that was next, Drew.
No, and yeah, no.
Embrace your vagina.
Seeing what else you guys are up to. They're good. Chris B had a 20-year ago surgery, a gastric surgery.
And it worked?
Yeah, you get B12 deficiency as a common outcome because the chief cells, I believe it is, are the ones that, or is it the chief cells? The one that produce the cofactor that allows us to absorb B12. So B12 deficiency is a common, not common, but it can happen with these gastric bypass surgeries. Yes. Okay. Sarah Mill. Oh, really? According to Sarah Mill, the Biden White House shut down the team probing the possibility of a COVID leak from the China lab. My understanding was, let me see what the headlines say, that he was putting the China lab sort of issue as a priority. That was with this morning's. Let's see. Biden asked intelligence community to redouble efforts to determine a definitive origin of the coronavirus. So I would say that that is fake news to say that he's shutting it down. That is the opposite of what seems to be happening.
God, who knows what's going on in the government?
I know. All right.
I know that I was listening to Scott Adams for like 5 minutes, and he was like, they didn't do anything in a year for Black Lives Matter in the Congress. He's like, really? Couldn't do anything in a year? Like,
What are we talking about?
Well, they didn't pass any bills.
Oh, right.
I mean, I'm apolitical, so I get frustrated, but I don't have any answers. So.
Right. Okay, we will wrap things up, guys. We appreciate you being here.
Joe wants to know if we want updated data for COVID tomorrow. I think we are going to have Emancipation Day, so maybe COVID is going away pretty soon.
Emancipation Day in California is June 15th. We will be away for Emancipation Day.
What is it in Greece?
I don't know what their situation is. We'll find out when we get there.
I love that word.
This is from Dr. Sapphire from yesterday, which was.
That was a good interview.
It was a good interview. It was
very
good.
thorough about everything that you've said from the beginning. And
no, anybody who is a clinician is willing to, and who doesn't get sort of caught in the politics, is going to see it that way. It's just the way it is.
Here's a good question from Nico's Gaming.
Okay.
I've always had a skinny body, but a big old belly, even after going from 270 to 210 pounds. Are there any common denominators for that?
Well, some people put their weight in different places, and people that put it in the central region are the ones that have some of the most trouble metabolically. So for central obesity, if you have hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, you can sort of predict that you likely have insulin resistance as well, in which case that weight is not going to go away if you keep ingesting even modest amounts of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are your enemy. And 210 pounds, I don't know how tall you are, but that's still by healthy standards, that's still a fair body weight. And you might, if you're really working on that.
High protein.
You just cut the calories, cut the carbs, increase the exercise, and make sure they're measuring. You used to have a
little belly, and now you have a completely flat stomach, and I don't think your exercise or your weight changed. I think the carbs cause more belly fat.
Right, they do. And when you have insulin resistance, the so-called metabolic syndrome, we used to call it Syndrome X, we have all kinds of names for it. it's an issue for
Remember
people.
when we used to have Bergamet as our sponsor? That
Yes.
bergamot.
Yes.
That was for belly fat, right?
No, that was for lipids. That was a cholesterol thing for people who have this issue. It was another way of sort of going at the lipid metabolism. But I will just show you personally, I take a statin for my LDL because I could never get it down below 130. Now it's 70. But I could never get my HDL up and my triglycerides down until I cut out carbohydrates. And that suggests a problem with the apolipoprotein. If you want to hear some really good conversations about that, Peter Attia has, I think it's a podcast. Yeah. Peter Attia, A-T-T-I-A, has some excellent conversations about lipid metabolism. He really gets the nuances of that physiology, and it's highly complex. But for people like me, the apolipoprotein and insulin relate in such a way that they cause oxidative stress on the lining of the arteries, and we can avoid that by avoiding carbohydrates. And I can tell you for sure, my father had lots of problems with that as he aged, lots of stuff. Anna Boyle, I am familiar with craniopharyngiomas. I've seen a few of them. I'm certainly no expert in that. Haven't seen one in a few years. But craniopharyngiomas are tumors that occur up in here. Oftentimes they sort of go up into here. Those are tough.
Somebody
tough
wants
tumors.
to know your thought on keto diet. He loves it, but I just wonder if people want more diet and health podcasts. Now that we're not COVID heavy,
right?
Hopefully it doesn't.
Well, I say we get Kate Shanahan back in here.
She has a guy too that she wants to have on, but
right.
But I mean, we can do them once in a while, but I really like seeing somebody who's transformed their body. Like Joe Giannotti. What an amazing story.
Monica too. Monica just wrote me that her
Tom
HDL
said he has a body of
HDL is 115. That is a award-winning HDL, my dear. So your LDL is not 249. Your total is 249, but your LDL is probably 130 or something. But don't worry about your LDL with an HDL of 115. That's crazy. I've been fighting to get my HDL up to 60.
Tom Cigar says he has a body of a Japanese woman.
Craig, that A1C of 7.6, not so great, my friend, not so great. You want to get that down below 6. 5.8, it should be where you want to get it. Joe's Place says good health and nutrition. So Joe's Place podcast, which is our buddy Joe Giannotti.
He has a new podcast.
Yeah. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. Tomorrow then, let's get clear about that. Tomorrow is going to be at what time?
Oh, I have to tell Caleb.
4 o'clock.
You have on your schedule. It says 3
I have
to 4.
I have something from 2:30 to 3:30.
But I got to set up. Are you doing it in here?
Yes.
So let's make it 4:30.
Okay.
Because then we have an hour to set up.
Okay, 4:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are doing.
Because Caleb's going to do an Ask Dr. Drew, and like I said, if you want to get on the show and make a phone call, you'll go to Clubhouse, and if you want an invitation, I have some left.
Oh.
And I both have some left, so I can send you an invite so we can hear your beautiful voice, or you can just listen on there. Also, we'll just be taking your questions from Restream and then here and get everybody's voices. And I assume we'll hear from a few of our friends.
And I'm reminded from my schedule that I need to go get my hepatitis A vaccine. So that's good. I will go do that.
But anyways,
for our trip.
I also want your feedback, what kind of topics that you want, and you know where to find me. But okay, well, since we were promoting Hydrolite on the show, I will play. I haven't played any ads, so if you guys want to stick around and chat among yourself, you may. 4:30 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Yes, Joe's Place, and somebody's calling me. So
okay,
I guess that's
see you
it.
tomorrow.
Ciao.
Okay. Anyone who's watched me over the years knows that I'm obsessed with Hydrolite. In my opinion, the best oral rehydration product on the market. I literally use it every day. My family uses it. When I had COVID, I'm telling you, Hydrolite contributed to my recovery, kept me hydrated. Now, with things finally reopening back around the country, the potential exposure to the common cold is always around. And like always, Hydrolite has got your back. Hydrolite Plus Immunity, my new favorite, starts with their fast-absorbing electrolytes and adds a host of great ingredients. Plus, each single-serving easy-pour drink mix contains 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 300 milligrams of elderberry extract, Hydrolyte Plus Immunity comes in convenient, easy-to-pour sticks that rapidly dissolve in water, make a great tasting drink, has 75% less sugar than your typical sports drink, uses all-natural flavors, gluten-free, dairy-free, caffeine-free, non-GMO, and even vegan. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity is also now available in ready-to-drink bottles at the Walmart next to the pharmacy, or as always, you can find it by visiting hydrolyte.com/Dr. Drew. Again, that is HYDRALYTE.com/DRDREW. Be sure to use the code Dr. Drew 25 for a special discount. I am so grateful for our friends at Blue Microphones. Not only have they completely changed what our show sounds like, they've given me headphones so I can monitor things better. This is the mic for millions of creative people, and now I know why. I'm so grateful for them completely changing the quality of our audio. You'll find Blue mics like Yeti and the Mouse, which we're using here, both in pro studios and home studios, literally all over the world. Their popular Yeti caster is a Blue Yeti microphone, plus a boom arm system that's behind many of your favorite podcasts. I run into them all the time, and now I know why. If you've ever thought about creating your own podcast or YouTube channel, Blue can make you sound and look great. Just visit bluemic.com and click Get Started, and you can start telling your story. I've struggled with various digestive issues over the years, so gut health is extremely important to me. Now, while gut health awareness has increased, it has led to a wellness trend that inspired a host of kind of questionable marketing claims and even false claims. You've seen the word probiotic attached to all kinds of supplements, drinks, and more, and they may claim to deliver the healthy microorganisms our guts need for proper function, but all too often the promises are really too good to be true. Thankfully, I became aware of a company called Seed and their flagship product, the Daily Synbiotic. That's right. Seed's Daily Synbiotic offers 24 clinically researched strains of microorganisms in a single dose. These strains support gut, skin, and heart health and promotes regularity, sometimes within as little as 24 to 48 hours. To me, what really sets Seed's Daily Synbiotic apart is its delivery system. This is my supply. While some products may offer the right strains, they are fragile and they rarely survive the trip through your gut. Seed uses a capsule-in-capsule design that helps ensure that 100% of the probiotics reach your colon where they matter most. Now, I've been taking Seed's Daily Synbiotic, and I encourage you to check out their story and the science behind what they do. To try it for yourself, just go to seed.com/Dr. Drew. Use code Dr. Drew for 20% off your first month of Daily Synbiotic. That is seed.com/Dr. Drew. Use code DRDREW, Dr. Drew.
Now, a team of 6 investigators are on a double mission.
We're going to go deeper and farther than almost anyone has ever gone.
To find out if Akakur and Akahim are real.
There's no way that this is a natural structure.
And to discover what happened to the missing and murdered explorers.
There was a big hole in the back of his head.